What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is British thunderstorms ain't got nothing on America. It's quite fitting, this, isn't it?
Is it?
It is, because I know I just put you on the spot and you have no clue what I'm on about, but we was in the UK, obviously, for a week on Tuesday. You guys know because we uploaded and we mentioned it in every video, didn't we?
Yeah.
What happened on the Monday?
When we were in the UK?
When we were in the UK. And I got my granddad's.
It rained.
It thunder and lightning in
Oh,
thunderstorm.
it wasn't really a thunderstorm.
Oh, the thunder was so... What do you mean the thunder was louder than what we normally get at Jersey? And it only did last about 15 minutes, but that's why America's is a lot better than Britain's, pretty much, is what Lost My Pond's saying.
Yeah,
it means
better using lightly.
Yeah, better. Yeah, sorry. Ain't got nothing. That's the word,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like, more intense and stuff like that. Again, thunderstorms as well as other stuff, it just can be devastating and it's hard to watch at times, but also can be so fascinating, can't it? And intriguing and stuff like that. Smash that button if you enjoy the content, guys. Smash that subscribe button as well. And are you ready?
Yes.
Let's check it out. British thunderstorms ain't got nothing on America. What we got?
For all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to storms. So I was about to leave the house and take my puppy for a walk when I looked at the weather reports. Apparently, at the time of filming, Mother Earth is angry with Chicago and the rest of the Midwest because she's sending us some very unpredictable weather over the course of the next few hours. But I'm an optimist. I'm somebody who likes to turn a negative into a positive. So since we've got this stormy weather coming our way anyway, why not make a video called British Storms Ain't Got Nothing on America? But before I do that, I've got a few minutes before the storm is projected to hit us, so I'm going to take the puppy for a quick walk and I'll be back in just a moment. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel,
this is
do
a
that
recent
now.
video. I didn't realise it was a recent one. I thought it was an old one, so there you go.
You didn't have a puppy before.
Pardon?
He's only just had his puppy.
That's what I mean. As soon as he said it, I was like, oh yeah, it's a recent one. So I hope you guys are not having too bad a weather or had too bad a weather, because it's obviously recent. And yeah. Right, are you ready? Let's go.
Well, Arthur, I think the weather reports must be wrong. It's really dry out here. Where are you going? Oh, Arthur, you know I haven't run since the camel incident of 1998. Keep going then, Arthur. Keep going. Thunder's coming. The rain's coming. We've got to get home. Good doggy. During my time living here, one thing that's really stood out to me about Midwestern storms is that in the hours and even minutes leading up to them, there's often no hint of a storm at all. Things can be entirely placid, but then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Mother Nature lets out one huge wind gust.
They're big trees as well, aren't
And as
they?
that wind blows the leaves around like ants in a tumble dryer, there's something else that accompanies it. Really fat, ominous clouds that look like they're going to devour the motorway. And I'm often told that when clouds have those little pointy bits hanging off them, you've got to be a little bit careful because that could be the precursor to a tornado.
Ooh,
so far,
scary,
we've got nothing like that on the horizon today, even though much of the Midwest has experienced that recently. And now that I think about it, it could happen. But thunderstorms, that's what we're here for. Let's see how it's getting on.
Yeah, that probably looks worse than one we had in the UK.
Yeah, if it doesn't do damage, it's kind of I kind of like them.
Oh yeah, I mean in the UK at least, obviously you don't want your house struck by lightning, but most of the time damage isn't done,
yeah.
And it's great, especially if you're watching a movie or something.
It's nice when you're in home.
Rain beating on the windows, loud thunder. It's quite nice, isn't it? But that definitely seems worse than ones we get.
Amazingly, amid all of this rumbling that's going on, my animals have been handling it quite well. I was never really concerned about my cat, who's experienced this many times during the 13 years he's been on this planet. Thankfully, unlike some cats, he's not under the misapprehension that he's hearing a giant vacuum cleaner, and just looks at the storm with the scorn that it deserves. And Arthur, a little puppy, experiencing his first ever thunderstorm, at least on my watch. And mostly, in terms of the thunderstorm, he's fine. He spent most of it chewing on his toy because he's going through some dental pains like all puppies do at this age, poor little bugger. By far and away, the southern United States sees more thunderstorms than anywhere else in the nation, with Fort Myers, Florida recording an average of 89 thunderstorms per year.
89
Mental.
a year.
But I've just learned that one of the most devastating thunderstorm complexes occurred here in the Midwest. Back in 2012, when I was still living in central Indiana, a fast-moving derecho emerged in Iowa before sweeping its way through Illinois and then clear to the Atlantic coast. On its path of destruction...
that is awful to see, isn't it? The destruction from a storm. We're not talking a tornado, we're talking a storm. But I think when storms start having names like derecho, which I've never heard of in my life, that's when you know
It's a bad storm.
it's bad. It's on the next level. But that's awful to see. Isn't
Lives
it?
of 22
Storm.
people and brought damages of $2.9
Whoa.
billion. And having experienced the derecho of 2020, I'm familiar with how such storms often coincide with the hot temperatures of summer. But they're not uncommon here in early spring, as the thermometer flirts with the 60s, the temperature, not the decade. Anyway, I think you're going to want to see this, because in the last few minutes there's been a development. Yeah. It is still coming down.
That's hail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Craziest looking hail
That
I've
is
ever
big
seen
hail.
in my life. We don't get anything like this in the UK.
How's the car looking?
It's mostly
Dented.
good. That is a piece of hail that I just picked up from the ground
Like ice.
outside. It is.
That is mad.
That is mad.
We honestly get it's like
It's like a pea.
like that.
Like a pea size.
Pea-side, perfect example. That is big.
Definitely the biggest piece of hail I've ever had.
Oh
in my
my
hand.
days.
That must hurt if I wax you on the head.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I thought it was
America
a new
is no
piece.
stranger to large pieces of hail that hail from America.
Those are the tiny little
in fact,
balls.
by comparison, some pieces make the segment that I held in my hand look like a fairy fly, albeit a frozen one. You see, I read today that in 2010, a piece of hail measuring almost 8 inches in diameter came down in Vivian, South Dakota. It remains the largest hailstone ever recorded in the history of Earth's history. The second largest was found in Nebraska some 7 years earlier, proving once again that everything is bigger in the United States except Q's, but that's irrelevant. But in my neck of the woods, the hail lasted all of 60 seconds.
Oh, that's good.
Just like
Only
that,
60
as
seconds.
was the case before the storm started, everything is now placid. The storm has stopped, which is good news for Arthur, because we can now take him on that longer walk, and I've just realised he's going to run through all of the sloshy mud. All right, Tara, are you ready? It turns out neither of us were ready for what happened next. Ominous. Do you think that's the end of the world, or just the coming of a tornado? Probably neither.
Oh, is that the siren?
Probably just testing it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's scary, isn't it? Oh, that's quite mad.
That is mad.
Probably go and find out. This was no test. Just when we thought it was safe to go back into the water, an even bigger shark was emerging from the deep. The Chicagoland area was under a tornado warning. And to be clear, the shark bit was a metaphor, I hope. Hey, I know you like looking at the wind, Kafka, but we've got to go. So, currently in the Pittsburgh potty, I have toilet roll for no real reason. We decided, since it's only a few minutes, this tornado warning that's in effect, we wouldn't bring down the whole crate. We'd just bring him down on a leash and let him roam a little bit. Kafka doesn't have that luxury, because if he did, he would tear Arthur to pieces, not literally, but they do tend to fight. So yeah, we are just seeing it out. It's supposed to only last about 12 minutes or something like that. And that's pretty normal. I mean, these tornado warnings don't last long. The weather systems move pretty fast. Kafka's trying to escape as we speak. You want any words for your audience? I know, I hate putting you in here, but, you know, gotta take these precautions. And I'm tired. Among the world's countries, the United States in particular is synonymous with tornadoes. In fact, of the 67 tornadoes powerful enough in history to have been classed as an F5, 59 were recorded in the US, and that number is even higher if you account for Brock Lesnar. And in 1925, one of those F5s became the deadliest in US history when it ripped through Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana along the longest tornado path ever recorded. In total, this one tornado claimed the lives of almost 700 people, the vast majority of them right here in Illinois.
Wow.
Well, after all that, according to the radar, it really is all over now. So,
That's good.
Arthur, you've earned a trip to the dog park. And I'll be honest with you, it's completely and utterly a little bit not
That's cool.
surprising that Arthur wasn't scared of the thunder, because he's not even afraid of the big dogs. And I have to admit, he played with them in a manner that was admirable and disgusting. There was a lot of cleanup after that.
It's cool they have those.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Well, after all that drama, that's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below.
There you go. Lawrence's link is in the description. As always, go and check him out. Now it's the end of the video.
Unfortunately, America, you win.
Yeah, you definitely win. Not only just the thunderstorms seem worse anyway, but the fact that you then potentially have a tornado warning, having to go into a basement must be super, super scary.
Yeah.
Just the ominous sound of the alarm and stuff like that was quite strange, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Smash that like button if you enjoy, guys. Smash that subscribe button as well. We hope you legends are all sound and wash your boo.
Have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.